Hello. It's time for Under the Cowl of MS Podcast on Thursdays. Hanging with us today. Yeah, definitely have him in the picture. But not too much to talk about. It's a holiday tomorrow. It's 4th of July tomorrow, so it's been hot as hell in this state in Wisconsin. We've been dealing with 80s to 100. 108, I think, was the hottest we got so far in the past 2 weeks. Lots of humidity, typical Wisconsin humidity. Yeah, he's falling asleep with his head upside down. So he just went outside for the second time today and didn't last too long either. Everything's taking a shit on me this week. Uh, Yesterday, I went and grabbed a load from the storage shed. Go to leave the shed, and my shifter was being a little weird going in the drive. So got her in the drive and was gonna stop at our local Ben Franklin True Value store, combo store that took over from when we sold our True Value store. And luckily, I decided to just come home first and unload the vehicle, and I was gonna go get a second load from the storage shed. And I thankfully parked in a halfway decent spot, kind of taking up both spots in front of the garage, but at least I'm far enough away from the garage that I can still mow around it and all that stuff. But when I went to park, it wouldn't, the shifter wouldn't move. The shifter handle was loose and moving all over, but the gauge wouldn't move. It did go the other way when I went back down. It went down in the third gear, and then that's where it's stuck now. So hopefully it's just the cable coming off the shifter that broke. Maybe another thing that damn critter ate through. But yeah, it's that was a bummer. But at least I got the vehicle home. Now I just gotta find a mechanic to come out and see if he can rip the steering column apart and check to see if that's what it is. Uh, but I left two messages with my mechanic that's now only a couple blocks down the road from me to see if he could just swing by after work or during a break time or something and let me know what can be done. And he never called me back. And I went there today, and he must have the week off, his yearly holiday getaway week, 2 weeks. We'll have to deal with that next week, but not a big deal. Don't have a ton of stuff I need to do. I just want to get that damn storage shed emptied because the end of July I'm gonna have to make another payment if I don't have it emptied by the end of July, which I know I'm not gonna, not with the humidity in my MS. So that sucks. Comic wise, I haven't been to any shops in a long time. I do still have my monthly DCBS order coming, but I don't know if other people have noticed it with their pre orders and everything. I had like 6 comics, well, like 4 comics that got canceled this week. And I know there was a thing out there about Diamond's uh, bankruptcy thing that they're not going to bring the catalog back, and there's going to be companies that are going to be dropping. There's going to be changes made by companies. I know Ben Dunn, I do those weekly reviews for Antarctic Press and him that he sends me. And he's been putting all kinds of info up. He has his own Kickstarter style GoFundMe type thing, whatever you want to call it, platform for distribution of new comics and stuff. And I believe they're taking It's going to be all set up through Antarctic Press, and it will give the opportunity for new creative teams, artists and creators, writers, uh, to come into the Antarctic Press uh, field, um, Antarctic Press Company for their distribution, and they're going to do a lot of them, a lot of the books that style, the old Kickstarter way and stuff like that. So we're going to see what happens with that. I'm hoping that they start their own Antarctic Press program where you can bring new creators in and stuff and get some new comics through the Antarctic Press name. Uh, nice hot coffee in this nice hot and humid day. Surprisingly, in this new house, I didn't like the tall ceilings, but the ceiling fans actually spread out to hit the whole room that they're in nicely, so I don't have to run the AC as soon as wife gets home. The AC goes on, the fans all turn on. It's going through her menopause with the hot flashes and everything, so gotta let her have what she needs. Cat's laying upside down now. Uh, what was I talking about? Oh, the whole Anarch Press funding platform. So yeah, I noticed that, and then two other things that got canceled on my DCBS, I believe, was the IDW catalog that you get for free every month. Apparently, IDW stopping that catalog. I don't know if they're stopping production of certain things or what they're doing, but it really sucks that this has to be going on, and now we're not getting certain books. It's like one book that I was looking forward to. I got it for the wife, but it actually looked interesting. It was a Nosferatu. I think it was like short stories or something like that. But that one got canceled. I can't remember what the other ones were that got canceled. But yeah, it's been even about a month and a half ago or so. I had a couple other ones that got canceled through my pre-order. So I did drop my pre-order down this month. It was only $80 worth of stuff that I pre-ordered. So I did back it way down. I wanted to keep it 100 or less, which is hard to do, but I'm leaving a lot of things now that I know are going to be bigger runs to just wait till they go to trade, and then I can usually get the trade paperback deal where you can get all trades for $5 or whatever. Then I'll pick them up, check out what I missed. Jeez, shook his head and a bunch of wet stuff hit my leg. Must have his teary eye getting him, bugging him. Doesn't help that you're laying upside down. Yeah, it doesn't help that you sleep upside down. All the blood go to your head. That empty little head takes up all the blood out of your body. Yeah. But yeah. He's being cute. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the truck with all that shit. Then I get in the car today because the wife walked to work for her first time since we moved into the house because she was all excited about being at this house and she could walk to work. Well, she had to today. Well, I was up with her this morning. I was going to give her a ride, but she wanted to walk, so I'll be pick her up afterward because it's going to be high 80s and it's freaking humid out today. Not that our car really helps because no air conditioner in the damn thing. So I bought the car, the air conditioner stopped working like 2, 3 days later. Took it in the shop, they fixed it because it's their responsibility to. And then again, all the Freon leaked out and they never fixed it. So we've been running around with the car for a few years without air conditioner, and that sucks in the summer. Truck has AC, and that's broken now. So sucks. But I hop in the car today, and the wife, she always has to have the seat all the way up, all the way as high as it goes, all this shit for her little short little legs to touch the pedals. And I need it all the way down and all the way back. So I go to change it today, and the backside won't come down. Are you having problems? Would you just quit fighting with me? Yeah, go get comfy in your tower, aren't you? I don't blame you. But yeah, so I tried to put the seat, lower it, and put it all the way back. Well, here I noticed that the headrest of the seat was touching the ceiling. So I think when she raised it as high as it goes, I think it came off track and then pushed it further up because it never touched the ceiling before. And you would think she would have noticed that. Her head's got to be up above the headrest, but maybe not. She is short, so who knows? But yeah, so that was broke now. So I got a truck I can't use. I got a car I can barely drive because now I'm sitting with my ass up in the air and stuff. My knees are jammed against the console. And it's like by the time I got home, my right knee had a huge indentation in it from where the radio is. That little area was, my knee was pressed against there and it just pushed into the kneecap area. It's like, I can't win. Our vehicles like taking a shit on us either in the middle of winter or the middle of a hot spell. Otherwise, they run fine. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I need a vehicle to get around. So I'll get the seat fixed on the car, but I got to get the truck in first. But I'll have to see if I got to call a tow truck to tow it in since I can't put it in neutral or nothing. So, yeah, that's my whining of the week. And then entertainment wise, not watching much TV. I did watch the new Captain America. What is it, Brave New World or something? Which makes no sense. The name has nothing to do with anything. It's not a new world. It's just the same jackasses doing the same thing. They just got different colors. It's it's like I watched it, but I ended up reading 3 comic books while I watched it because it was boring as hell to me. I'm not a fan of Ross, but I like the Red Hulk. Uh, Probably the animated Red Hulk. I like that one the best. The Hulk Smash or whatever the name of that cartoon is, animation. Uh, Agents of Smash, maybe. But yeah, the General Ross thing, I just never a big thing for me. But I tried. Thought, what the heck, might be decent. The comics that came out around the movie, I enjoyed. I read the first few of the ones that came out, but the movie just all of a sudden it's like the credits started rolling, and I'm like, well, when's the action gonna happen? I mean, the little fight between Falcon America or whatever you want to, Captain Falcon or whatever the hell you want to call him. I think it's so stupid with the wings, end cap, shield, and all this stuff. It's like, how many other items are you gonna give this guy? He's got his little drones that hang around him. He's got his wings. He's got the shield. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why characters just can't be new characters. They always got to be something that was and replace it. It's like just come up with a new character altogether. Give him his own fancy shield if he needs a shield. Give him his own wing setup and all that. I don't know. And then the whole Hulk being able to take the wings and stab him through the Hulk when his skin's supposed to be impenetrable to certain things. I don't know. It just, I'm sure it's just me, but that movie was very boring to me. No good big action scenes, which I was expecting with the Red Hulk and the anger issues and all that. I figured there'd be some major destruction going on. That was that was a waste of my dollar for getting Disney for an extra month. Uh, Now I'm gonna try and check out Ironheart. That one actually looked interesting when I watched the previews, so we'll see. I'll watch that before I lose. I think I got like three or so weeks left of Disney and Hulu without ads, and then I'll go back to Hulu with ads. But we did watch this last weekend, the final season of What We Do in the Shadows. It was fun, but not as enjoyable as the earlier seasons. Bummer that that show's off the air. Hope that they do at least a movie or something in the next couple of years for it, but we will have to see. Other than that, I've been vegging on Iron Chef Australia, Lego Masters Australia. Tried Well, I watched Lego Master UK in the background while I was doing stuff, but they had so many young kids that were part of it, and then you see all this crying going on and all this crap. It's like, let's just stick with the more adults or an adult with a kid. Something like that. Don't put just two little kids together. It just, there's going to be feelings hurt and all that stuff. But yeah, the UK one I didn't care for. Australia one's okay, but America, still the best. Iron Chef Australia, I'm only in the preliminaries right now. People's trying to get picked to go on to the show. So we'll see how that goes. They're already being nice to certain people that are just standing there lost and can't figure out what to cook. But other than that, the reason I haven't watched much, I have been getting my comic reading in a little bit because I have a new routine now the past month or so that I shut everything, the computer, I'll leave the TV on in the background while I'm doing stuff. I shut the computer down at least an hour before I'm going to crash for the night and sit there and read 1 to 3 comics before I go to bed, just to help tire me out because I've been laying there just with my brain not shutting off. I basically shouldn't even go to bed until after I feed the cat at around 3 in the morning, because every night last week it seemed I just lay there unable to fall asleep, unable to shut my brain off, taking I'm taking 3, 4, 5 melatonin, 12 milligrams a piece. They aren't doing nothing. I got some sleeping pills from the doctor. Those weren't doing nothing. Tried Tylenol PMs and stuff like that. Those didn't. So it's like, why lay in bed till 3 a.m. and then get up with cat, feed him, and then finally go to bed and fall asleep? Hopefully, sometimes I lay there again till about 6, 7 o'clock when the wife wakes up, and then I'll fall asleep and finally in sleep for about 3 hours, and then I'm up again. So I don't know. I gotta figure out a whole new routine. But now that we're in our new house, the renter moved out, and I don't have to be a caretaker and get up at certain hours and take care of people anymore. I think I'm just gonna change my routine, go back to what I used to, because I used to stay up till 2, 3 in the morning, anyways. I think I'll go back to that, stay up till then, feed the cat, and then go to bed. That way, the cat, instead of sleeping that whole time, might play a little bit, and then after he eats, he might actually come to bed and go to sleep. 'Cause otherwise, the little shit just wants outside. He'll sit there going around the house, knocking stuff off everywhere. It's, it's like the other night, he climbed up on one of Shelly's new bookshelves she put up because she has a bunch of her junk journals that she makes, and they got all little strings on them. So he climbed up on there and started playing with the strings. And I wasn't yelling at him or paying attention to it, so he finally gave up and just fell asleep on top of the box on top of the book. Slept there for about a half hour or so. And then finally decided that he'd go to bed, trying to get out. So we got a whole new routine now where we're leaving him play till about 9 o'clock at night, 9:30, 10. If he wants to go outside, and then that's it. Shut it down. You're in for the night. And hopefully that way he won't be doing the running across the road thing. The only thing I worry about is he hangs out in the neighbor's bushes and he hangs out in his towers in the sunroom out front. And with Shelly walking to work today, I was hoping he wouldn't see her because he might go down the sidewalk and try and figure out where she walks to. Hopefully not, but there are cats, stray cats outside of her pharmacy that she works at, anyways. So you can go hang out with them. Uh, which he won't because he's a dick. He has to get in fights with all the cats. Uh, but yeah, other than that, not much happening. I know last week, I don't think, did I not put out an episode last week? I might not have. Instead, I might have put out a episode of Unpacking My Life, which I got to do some more. I got a bunch of stuff that I want to go through. Hoping maybe this weekend I can record a couple for next week. But yeah, it's starting to turn into a major mess in here. I got a pile of comics I went through that have to be boxed and CLZ'd. Got a pile of comics next to those that I don't know what those are. I got a pile of comics next to me that I put on auction last week, or a live claim sale, I mean, with Psychotronic Squirt Gun, which we did it on last Monday, and I'll probably be on the next couple Mondays also. Try and get through some of this stuff. Not getting, but a few comics sold anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'll sit there and get through these. Then I think I'm gonna do some type of box deal. Offer a box deal of comics to people if they're interested, and then they can resell them or whatever they want. But yeah, that's. I don't think I have anything else exciting to go over, so I am going to end it there. Hope everyone has a happy 4th of July. Don't blow up your house or your children or your vehicles or any of that stuff. It's like, I had a friend of mine a few years back. He sat there and bought a ton of fireworks to come out to our old farmhouse. Was gonna launch them all off while dumbass smoked cigarettes and had all his fireworks sitting in the back of his pickup truck, and I'm guessing a ash or something flew back and it ignited something, and the whole truck went up. All the fireworks that were in it burned up and shot all over the place. He had fireworks flying through the back window of the truck into the cab and all that where he was. Yeah, it's you got to be careful. Be smart about it. Uh, Actually, before I end this, I'll give you a few tips. I used to put on a show out at my farmhouse me and a buddy of mine would put a couple $1,000 into fireworks each year. And I had a guy that supplied me with all the fireworks you could think of, stuff that they'd use at the shows, the bigger massive balls that I had to make specialty pipes for, and all that stuff. Uh, all kinds of great things, and I'd get awesome deals from him. He'd come down to my bar a couple times before the 4th of July every year. Well, we do our party on the 3rd of July. So that way people can go on the 4th and go to picnics and all that stuff. And yeah, he had awesome deals, and I was going to go take the fireworks course, get licensed to make my own fireworks and stuff with him. And something happened that last year. I forgot what it was, but he couldn't do it. But yeah, to go up north to do it. So I didn't do it myself because I didn't have the setup he had, and he had it all planned for us, had a place for us to stay by it and all that stuff. But figured the next year or something I would have, but then we ended up closing our business before then. Uh, but yeah, fireworks trick. Don't waste your money on those stupid tubes unless you really enjoy putting one thing in, lighting it, walking off, coming back, putting one thing in, lighting it. And yes, it's nice they have the triple balls now. That I think they have up to 5 balls at once that are on a tubular stick type thing, so you can get more bang for your buck, but you're still putting one into the tube, lighting it, going off. You can jimmy rig things up and stuff, but you're still putting them in the tube and then coming back, putting them in the tube again. The best thing to do is buy the cakes. They have some pretty good ones. They have nice grand finale 300 shots and all that stuff. I sit there, we'd pick up a dozen or so pallets. We'd sit in the garage, take a pallet, and just take cakes. I'd tape them together. I'd fuse them together. I'd pick up a bunch of extra cannon fuse from the fireworks shop. Wired everything together. I like to make two equals. Basically, you're taping all the cakes to the pallet and to themselves. Everything stays together nice. You don't have to worry about tippage. I'd have little tubes of weird stuff in between sometimes. But the way I like to do it is the first pallet is full of fountains. Fountains, little aerial buzzer bees and stuff like that. Just giving you the, hey, we're getting ready for the show. It's the beginning of the show. A couple little spinners and stuff like that. I tack on some stuff to make some spinners work or whatever. You can sit there and tack on a couple short 2x4s and then tack the spinners right to the 2x4s on the sides. You can do taller ones if you want. I like using 1x4s myself. Uh, they're lighter, and you don't need that much wood to hold up spinners and stuff like that anyways. Uh, I like to have on the ground maybe some smoke bombs and stuff that are going to go off before the fountains get going. That way, once the fountains get going, you got that nice smoke hovering around the grass. If you do that in Wisconsin, usually around 10 o'clock at night, you're starting to get that cool dampness. So all the smoke will lay on the grass, the moist grass, and it looks cool, like a big smoky blanket. And then it goes to the pallet with the fountains and all that stuff and spinners and whatever. If you have a nice, you can lay some plywood down and have a bunch of those little cannons roll off, they'll light off, and each little army tank cannon will sit there and go down the plywood and do their little shoot offs. You'll have the fountains going off down the center. Smoke bombs that went off earlier, smoking out the whole area, making a nice little blanket of smoke. And then I'd have two pallets set quite a ways apart, a good probably 30 feet apart. Uh, that, well, the first ones I'd go about 20.5 feet apart, and then the next two about 30 feet apart. Basically, just a little different area for them, but those first two pallets, I make them equal, and the next two pallets I make them equal. They're the same exact layout, so that way you got the same show effects on each side. And then the fuses come to the center area where you have one, two, or three pallets of whatever. And then there's a final pallet or two that's all grand finale. I like to do 2 to 300 shot grand finale cakes and then get a couple of the grand finale tubes with the whistlers and all that stuff in there too. So you got the sound effects going for the finale. And yeah, it's the best way to do it. And then when you're done, whoever's got a pickup truck, you just go around, grab the pallets full of fireworks, throw them in the back of the pickup truck, bring them back to the bonfire, and then we just burn them up. Hope like hell that there were no duds left in them, and there were. Almost every year we'd get a couple things that would still go off. But yeah, we had one year where one of the big like comet ones that have the nice sparkly tail behind came down into the hayfield, and all of a sudden you see the fire go out from it, and you're like, okay, good. It put itself out, and all of a sudden, whoosh, it ignited. We had a chunk of the hayfield lit up. Everybody starts hauling ass down there. I was just walking normal pace. All of a sudden, all these guys go running past me to get out there and put the fire out. I wasn't too worried about it. The hay was still green, and I wasn't worried about what was going on. But there's only a tiny little bridge to go over the creek in my backyard. And every one of them, once they ran past me, they went right down in on the creek side instead of the bridge side, and they all fell in the creek. Uh, by the time they got themselves out of the creek and got up to check on the fire in the field, I was already out there and stomped it out and put it out. But yeah, I had a laugh. I could have swore I did warn them, but maybe not. But yeah, I'll shut up now. You have a wonderful 4th of July. Enjoy your day off if you get one. Keep following under the Cowl of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club. And I will be back with more videos after the holidays. Have a great weekend. Bye.